right, we return our focus to the Vatican now, where in just the next few hours, more than 130 cardinals will make their way into the Sistine Chapel for the start of the conclave to elect a successor to the late Pope Francis. For more on this, let's chat now with James Grimaldi. He is the executive editor of the National Catholic Reporter. James, we've been chatting for weeks now. It's nice to see you finally over there in Rome. How are the cardinals preparing for today's vote in a matter of hours?
Well, today they're preparing by prayer and thought and singing and contemplation. This is, very serious day for them because they're going to go in to the Sistine Chapel and this evening. But over the last week, as we've discussed, they've been having these general congregations where they talk about the needs and the future of the church. And the church is at a crossroads right now because we just had this trailblazing Pope Francis, who really brought a lot of reforms to the church. And the question is, will those reforms continue or will they change course?
And we mentioned earlier some fresh CBS News polling, which shows that when it comes to U.S. Catholics, a majority do want what Pope Francis brought. But ironically, as you and I have discussed over the past few weeks, the cardinals that Francis appointed may not be more progressive. So if they're all centering their decision on what does the Catholic Church need, in your opinion, what is it that the Church needs right now?
Well, let's talk a little bit about your first point where you say they might not all be progressive. One thing that I can tell you, because we did an in-depth analysis, we built a database of the views that would be pertinent to Francis. We put them online at ncronline.org, and you can look at every cardinal. And we found that in some of the very key points that Francis made the centerpiece of his papacy, more than 100 of the 108 that he appointed, and more than 100 of the 133 are going in, embrace synodality, which is a more open, inclusive, transparent Catholic Church. So that's one interesting fact that I would see would make a point. There are some minority dissenters. So go ahead, Errol.
No, I was just very intrigued by what you just said. Based on what you've just laid out, are there any clear frontrunners?
Yeah, so we have a number on our website, ncronline.org, and Chris White, who is our Vatican correspondent, has put it together. He's our expert, so I rely on him. But I want to throw out a name that I think would be interesting in the United States, and that is Robert Prevost, because he was born in Chicago. And I think he may be emerging as a potential front runner. He's 69. He spent 2/3 of his life outside of the United States. So that might absolve him of this problem that many of the cardinals have had. We can't have an American pope. And here's one fun fact for you. He was born in Chicago, and as you know, Errol, they know how to count votes in Chicago.
We love fun facts, James. Great to have you with us. We see it's getting windy out there, and we hope to see you again soon with some more news. Thanks for joining us.
As they say in Chicago, vote early and vote often.
There you go. Always good advice, James Grimaldi. All right, and as we've been mentioning, we're just a short while away now from the beginning of the conclave. We will have coverage of this for you, of course, all day. So stay close to CBS News 24/7. We also have a special report coming up at 10:30 a.m. Eastern.